Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I sat down like this to just chat to you guys. I've just been doing vlogs upon vlogs upon vlogs. But yeah, you guys, welcome back. How's everyone doing? I'm happy to be here today. Okay, so my name is Sayo. Okay, and that's obviously for those people that are just watching me for the first time, and this is a lifestyle and entertainment channel, so you're welcome on board. Thank you guys so much. Wow, you guys poured out all your love on me on that last video that I posted on my citizenship. Thank you guys so much for all the love and congratulatory messages and just, you know, everything, all the love that you guys showed me when I put out that video last week. I really do appreciate it, you know, and I just wanted to take some time out to say thank you to you guys. So thank you so much. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Okay, I hope you like what you see, and I hope that I can continue to provide content that would be fun and entertaining and useful for you guys to watch. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about my becoming a citizen, innit? When I get that accent, you guys, hey, I will pepper you with this. No, okay, I'm just joking. I don't want to play too much in today's video because I want it to be as quick as possible. But as you can tell from the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about my journey to becoming a British citizen. Yay! First of all, very quickly, I would like to state that every information you need to know about applying for a visa to come to the UK is on the government website. So it's on gov.uk. I can put the link in the description box below for you guys. But I thought it would be, you know, it was wise to state that, or it would be wise to state that, so that if you're thinking of applying for a visa, be it dependent visa, be it a school visa, be it visiting visa, be it visa for work, whatever it is, whatever kind of visa it is that you're trying to apply for, you know, it's advisable to go to the government website just so you can get the actual details and the requirements that are necessary for that visa. Okay, now that I said that, I also know that it is nice to kind of watch people talk about their experiences. It's nice to hear people's experiences and to see how long, to see what the journey was like, to see how people did it, you know, whatever situation it is. It's just nice for you to kind of like see someone else's point of view or someone else's experience, just so you have an idea, you know, of how yours is going to go if you're on that same path. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video today, because I thought it would be nice for me to share my story, noting one or two things that hopefully will be important for you, or hopefully will be useful for you, just so that if you're looking to go on this journey and you're on the same path that I was before I became a citizen, then obviously this video might just encourage you or might be somewhat helpful, informative, or interesting for you to watch. So can we just get right into the video already? Yeah. So I came to the UK, London precisely, in 2014. It must have been 28th or 29th of August, thereabouts. I got married at the beginning of August and I came to the UK at the end of August. When I applied for my visa in 2014, I applied for a tier 2 dependent visa. My husband had a tier 2 visa at the time, so I applied depending on him. So basically what a dependent visa is just that I'm dependent on my husband's visa. So if he has 3 years on his visa, I have 3 years on my visa. Whenever his visa expires, then my visa expires. You get what I mean? So I was dependent on his visa. So basically whatever he had was what I had, and that's the visa that I came into the UK with, a tier 2 dependent visa. It allowed me to work, you know, generally, and I was able to live in the UK for the period of time that the visa was fixed. So at the time I came into the UK, I had 2 years on my visa, and that's because my husband only had 2 years remaining on his own visa. Therefore, I had 2 years on my visa. So 2014 to 2016, I had a tier 2 visa. In 2016, we then had to renew the visa to another tier 2 visa, and I was still dependent on my husband. When they renewed our visas, they gave us 3 years on that visa. Now, That's 2016 to 2019. So 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 years. So 2019 meant that I was in the UK for 5 years from the time I came into the UK in 2014. So in 2019, my husband had already qualified to have an indefinite leave to remain, or to apply for an indefinite leave to remain visa. Also known as an ILR, or like a settlement visa. It's basically like a permanent residency. Okay, so you have some rights to some benefits depending on which one you qualify for, but you're able to stay in the UK for as long as you want on that indefinite leave to remain, just as the name implies, right? But it is not a citizen, because you do not have a right to abode in the UK, or right of abode in the UK. So that's just the difference between like the citizenship and indefinite leave to remain. So now, early in the year in 2019, my husband had qualified to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Our passports were about to expire, right? But I had not been qualified to apply for indefinite leave to remain because I only got into the UK in August. So unfortunately, I had to renew my tier 2 visa whilst my husband applied for his indefinite leave to remain, because he had already qualified to apply. He'd been here for 5 years. Okay, so now husband applied for indefinite leave to remain, and I renewed my tier 2 visa again. And they gave me another 3 years on that tier 2 visa. So that was in 2019. So, you know, once I just renewed my tier 2 visa, there was no rush to kind of like apply for an indefinite leave to remain, because that's another money to be applying and be applying and be applying. I don't even want to start talking about how much money, you know, you have to spend to renew visas and apply for visas and all of that stuff. So there was no pressure for me to renew my visa, or to apply for the indefinite leave to remain rather. So I just kept it like that from 2019 to 2021, when I finally decided that I was going to apply for my indefinite leave to remain. So if you were like me and you came into the country 2014, and, you know, somehow, you know, you were qualified for indefinite leave to remain in that same 2019, and your visa had not expired, then you would have been able to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. We kind of like shortens the number of years you have to stay before you apply, and then before you apply for your citizenship. Are you following me? I don't think I'm a very good teacher, but hopefully you're following me. So yeah, so that's what happened. So in 2021, I then decided I was going to apply for my indefinite leave to remain. Now, there were some requirements, one of which was I had to have been in the UK for 5 years, of course. The other one was I had to have proof of English, as in, how do they say it? I had to, that I understand, proof of understanding of English. I had to take an IELTS test, not the one you take for study, or, you know, not the big ones, so just an IELTS test that proves that you understand English. And then I had to take a life in the UK test. Like I said, all these informations are online. But what I did was, when my husband was applying for his indefinite leave to remain, I decided to take the test, what's it called, life in the UK test with him as well. Thankfully, that doesn't expire. So once you take your life in the UK test, you know, you have it indefinitely for whenever you choose to apply for your indefinite leave to remain or citizenship. So I had that and I had passed it. So I just kept the certificate somewhere. So finally, when I was ready to apply for my indefinite leave to remain, then I took an IELTS test. So that was it. So I had my IELTS test. I passed it, of course. Can you not see me speaking English? So, and I had my certificate that I passed my life in the UK test as well. And then I had a proof that I've been in the UK for 5 years. So yeah, 2021, I applied for my indefinite leave to remain, and I got it, you know, thankfully. So in my mind, once I got that visa, I was just like, you know what, is there any need to apply for citizenship again? I'm here indefinitely. I can choose to stay however long I want. So what's the use for applying for citizenship? and so I was kind of like dragging my feet, like, you know, let's just rest on this one. Let's not spend any more money. Meanwhile, once you have your indefinite leave to remain, you can apply for your citizenship after a year. You have to wait a year before applying for your citizenship. But my husband had already applied for citizenship 1 year after he got his indefinite leave to remain. So he was already a citizen. And because he already had that citizenship status, I didn't have to wait a year. I could apply as soon as the next day after getting my ILR, really. But I didn't do that because, you know, I don't do that. But that's just an information I wanted to put out there. I think you can apply for citizenship immediately you get your ILR based on the fact that your partner is a citizen. But if not, then of course you have to wait for a year before you're able to apply for your citizenship. All these things are just, you know, making me almost bite my teeth. So yeah, in July 2021, I applied for my indefinite leave to remain, okay? And then in 2022, I then applied for my citizenship, which of course has led us to where we are today. Yes, so I applied for my citizenship in August of 2022, and I got my response back confirming that they had granted my citizenship in November, I think. Yeah, November. So yeah, that's kind of like how my journey has gone from a tier 2 visa to, you know, finally becoming a citizen of the UK. So I don't know if there's any other thing that is kind of important to state. So of course, you know, there are different requirements for when you want to, if you want to apply for, you know, like a tier 2 visa, dependent visa, or like student visas, or like there are different requirements. And you know, if you want, you can let me know and I can maybe dig through my archives and tell you what documents you provided for my tier 2 visa if you're coming on a dependent visa. If you would like, you know, that kind of content, or if you have any other questions with regards to these visa or the journey or the processes and all of that, then of course you can let me know in the comment section below. And you know, if I can, or if there are a lot of questions, then I might just shoot another video just answering the questions and stuff like that. Otherwise, I would, you know, reply to the questions in the comment section below. But I just wanted to come on here briefly to kind of like explain my story and the processes that I went through and how long it took me to becoming a British citizen. So that's 2014, right? Okay, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 8 years. Of course, you don't have to wait 8 years if all the dates are aligned for you, or if, you know, if you don't want to wait too long, you're happy to immediately after this apply for that, immediately after that apply for that, then of course you might not need to wait as long as I did. But I've explained to you why mine took that long. But I think there was also something I wanted to mention. Okay, yeah, the tier 2 visa that my husband had was a work visa that requires his employer to sponsor him, and that's how he was able to get that visa here in the UK. So it was basically the employer was sponsoring him on that visa, and then I got the opportunity to be able to then be dependent on his own visa. And that's just, you know, what I know about our own visa situation and and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought it would be nice to state that, just so you know, what kind of tier 2 visa were you on, how did you get that tier 2 visa in the first place, and that's how that happened. So yeah, basically that's where we are. And now I'm talking to you as a British citizen. Like, you guys, you don't know, you don't even understand how happy I am to be. I'm actually very happy. I'm very grateful, jokes aside, because it just presents so many opportunities being a British citizen. The very, you know, obvious one is just not being on that long queue at the airport when you come back in, not being profiled immigration wise, you know, stand aside. There was a time myself and my husband, when we traveled to New York, this is just a side story, where they basically profiled us and they took us aside and they were checking us, and you know, they didn't check every other person. It was just so you would know that it was just some particular people that they put aside to be checking, and then you have to wait on long queues before you get into the country you're going and stuff like that. But now, just the ease of going to the airport and just, you know, scanning my passport and just going in. Do you guys? No, I'm saying this with the heart of gratitude to God, because, you know, it's not something I take lightly, and I'm just really grateful to God that I have that opportunity of that British citizenship. Okay, I'm going to stop here. You guys, otherwise I'm just going to be, you know, rambling on and on and on. But I don't want this video to be too long. I just want you to take the points, and then of course ask me questions, like I said, if you want to know anything else, in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. Do you want to see anything else? You know, do you want to know anything else? Let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I would see you next week. Okay, but till then, stay safe, be cool. I hope everything works out for you if you're on this path, and if you're, you know, processing a visa. And I hope I get to see you soon if you are coming to my end of the woods. Okay, thank you guys. See you later. Bye.